I'm Clint Helmuth, and here at Helmuth Ford, customers are not just a number, they are family, and we will treat you like family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
We look forward to seeing you soon at Helmuth Ford in Sigourney.
Re-elect Helena Hayes, Iowa House Representative. Helena Hayes serves Mahaska, Keokuk, and Jefferson County. Helena is protecting children, families, life, and religious freedom, and demands transparent government. Helena is defending your God-given constitutional and parental rights. For more information on Iowa House Representative Helena Hayes, go to helenaforhouse.com. Paid for by Helena for House. Attention all veterans and guests. The Keokuk County Veterans Affairs Office invites you to join them for a luncheon on Monday, November 11th from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. The Veterans Affairs Office provides assistance to veterans in need. If you have any questions, contact Michelle Herman, the Veterans Affairs Administrator in Keokuk County, at the courthouse in Sigourney, 641-622-2761.
Mayhem Haunted House at 13011 120th Avenue, Ottumwa invite you to come find out why Mayhem Haunted House has been voted the best haunted house in Iowa multiple times. Open for the Halloween season, Friday and Saturday through November 2nd. Cost is $15. Get ready to scream at Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa.
Hey, and welcome in. We are doing Pekin Panther football here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. Also on Steve Shetler Media 2 on Facebook. So if one of these streams would happen to go a little wonky tonight, you can check that out. Again, Steve Shetler Media 2 on Facebook, and Steve Shetler Media on YouTube. We do have the Pekin at Madrid game tonight for playoff action. And with me right now is Mr. Josh Clubb. We'll have Zach Wise joining us later on. But Josh, we made the 2-hour trek up to Madrid tonight. What are your thoughts as we are about 13 and a half minutes away from game time?
Well, it is another gorgeous night here. We have really lucked out this year with the weather on these Friday nights. Even into November we are now, and still a little chillier tonight, but it's just a beautiful night. And along with Steve and I, there was quite the Panther faithful over there in the visitor stands. We are in the press box opposite side of the Pekin faithful, but they're filling up that visitors bleachers in a hurry. So excited for this one. The PA announcer here at the field just announced how these two teams have both had coaches in their program's history surpassed 300 wins. So historic programs, and as I can remember, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Pekin, Madrid were just perennials up at the Unidome every year. And of course tonight, being the second round of Class A playoffs, trying to punch their ticket to get to the quarterfinals. Winner of this game will play the winner of Bellevue and Lisbon. That game's taking place over at Lisbon right now, and we are in Pod D. So the winner will move on to the next round, and Loser obviously goes home. So. But two great football teams, a lot of similarity in these two programs when you look at the way that they play the game, and honestly, offensively, both teams kind of run the same kind of concept, a little bit different with the formations, but very similar plays, attacking the edges and setting up the deep threat for passes, as well as quarterbacks that can move. Both Pekin and Madrid's quarterbacks obviously lead the team in passing, but lead the team in rushing as well for both these teams. So just to look at those quickly, Will Adams for Pekin has thrown for 1,110 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's rushed for 858 yards and 15 touchdowns. For Madrid, quarterback Preston Wickier he's run for 1,361 yards and 19 touchdowns this year. Easton Halverson has rushed for 535 yards. Wickier also has 794 yards through the air, and 12 of those are 12 touchdowns as a result. So similar attack with the quarterback able to move and make dynamic plays on the ground. Both teams able to do that. So we'll see how this all plays out tonight. But the way these two teams set up is we are, 10 minutes to go here, and we just got joined by Mr. Zach Weiss. So before I dive into some more of the stats, Zach, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Let's get some wise words from Zach Weiss.
Thank you, Steve and Josh. Yeah, so I'm sorry I'm a little late, everybody, but I'm here now. Kind of like what Josh said, two very similar teams. This is the first time ever whenever Pekin faced Lisbon. Lisbon was actually seeded higher than what Pekin was. So this is the first time in the whole season that Pekin is playing a team that is seeded, better than what Pekin is. I hope that doesn't get in their head. But like he said, the quarterback situation, the play style situation, they're actually very similar there. Now, yeah, I think we're just ready for a good football game. I know last week's football game against North Lynn there, it was a very tight game. It was an adrenaline-filling game, but also I'm really excited to see some Pekin football tonight. And that's really all I got, Josh. I think you pretty much said everything else that I was saying from what I was listening right there.
All right. Well, yeah. So two
Got
very
really quiet here in the press box.
Hopefully, we didn't miss something there, but little entrance. It looks like they're playing something on the video board there. That's what's everybody stopped and looked over. But the jungle, as they call it here, the Madrid Tigers Stadium. The jungle, very the orange and black thing, very very Bengal-ish if you're an NFL fan. But let's just break this down. We talked about Will Adam. He's 65 for 102 with those 1,110 yards, 11 passing touchdowns, 858 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns. Preston Wicker is 39 for 70 with 794 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 1,361 yards rushing with 19 rushing touchdowns. Both those two with those stats do lead the way for rushing for these two teams. Receiving yards, Robert Brown for the Panthers has got 22 receptions for 424 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's ran for 54 yards on one touchdown. For the Tigers, Emerson Bridgewater, the sophomore, has got 10 receptions for 277 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now when we flip the side defensively, Henry Adam, a sophomore, standout on defense. The linebacker's got 52 tackles, 1 for loss, 1 sack, and 3 interceptions on the year. Easton Halverson, the junior from Madrid, has got 43.5 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 1 interception on the year. So standout stars on both sides of the ball here in this one tonight. And we've talked about those two a lot. And when you go into the Class A stats, there's 3 names, and 3 of these names kind of dominate the leading categories, and 3 of those teams are in this pod. Here, 2 of them on the field tonight with Preston Wickier, Will Adam, and Tieran Boots of Lisbon. For total touchdowns scored in Class A, Preston Wickier with those 31 combined touchdowns, he's in a 3-way tie for first place. And then Will Adam and Tieran Boots from Lisbon are tied for 4th place with 28. So just up and down the stat category in the state leaders for Class A, you'll see Will Adam and Preston Wickier across those quite a bit, as the Tigers have taken the field now, I do believe. About 7 minutes here to go before we get this one going. But as we set this thing up too, something that's been key to Pekin all year long and kind of gets lost in highlight reels and write-ups and articles that you'll see, but just knowing it from what we've seen on the field is the defensive front, the front 4, sometimes 5, and the linebacker play that the Panthers have played all year long. It started early in the scrimmage, and it's been a force to reckon with. Kind of got off to a bad start last week, but able to settle in and hold things down. Even in that Lisbon game, the only other game this year that Pekin's really been tested, besides North Lynn last week, started out a little bit rocky on the defensive front, but they were able to settle in and find their way, and we'll see what they can do here tonight. Are they getting ready for the national anthem?
I would think so. Do want to say, from a viewing standpoint, for our viewers at home, we are in what you would, I guess you'd say an enclosed press box. We do have a window in front of us, so if you see a little bit of a glare or see some reflections on your screen. That is why, because you might be catching a little bit of us in the background appearing on the screen there. So that's what's going on there if you're watching at home on Facebook or YouTube, and maybe putting that up on your big screen at home. Again, we do thank all of our sponsors. Sigourney Body Shop is actually bringing us our first quarter, so let's go ahead and hear from them right now. If you've had a run-in with a deer, a fender bender, or any sort of accident with your vehicle, take it to Tony and the guys at Sigourney Body Shop at 210 West Clark Street in Sigourney. They'll get you back on the road in no time, and Tony will help you out with a free estimate. It's service with a smile at Sigourney Body Shop. Give them a call at 641-622-2022, or again, stop in at 210 West Clark Street in Sigourney.
Student council and student leadership is really about common ground. It's about helping students work with diverse groups of other students. And if you can find that common ground in what you're working for as far as goals, as far as accomplishments, that the common ground is where the whole group moves forward.
People need to find that common ground in their culture and climate, ensuring that everyone feels included at their school. And a great way to do that is through student council.
Fabulous job of our national anthem from some of the high schoolers from Madrid High School. Again, we are doing Pekin Panther playoff football here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. We're in the pregame sponsored by Sigourney Body Shop. We thank all of our sponsors that have come on board to make our broadcasts possible, especially for all the fine folks around Southeast Iowa who didn't want to make that 2-hour and plus road trip up to Madrid tonight on what's going to be a chilly night. The wind is blowing just a little bit. The flags are blowing a bit off in the distance. So, we're actually thankful to be behind a window tonight for tonight's action.
We are, and had to open the window just to get that mic so you could listen in on that national anthem. It was a good job there. Large group choirs, what they announced it as, but did a good job. But that wind blowing right in here, so glad the windows are there as we get set up and ready to go. I think we were waiting on Pekin to come out of the locker room there. It's what delayed that national anthem just a little bit. 2 minutes on the clock, the countdown to kickoff here on the Sigourney Body Shop pregame show. And one other thing to go over as I was talking about defense there, one thing I think is going to be a huge factor for the Panthers here tonight is the play of our last week's Daisy Dew Landscape Player of the Game, Caden Bender and Isaac Sylvester. If they're able to disrupt the some of the trapping and stuff like that Madrid will do up front and get some penetration in the backfield and force more passing attempts for the Tigers, I think that gets them off script and go a long ways. Now, of course, they do have, as we keep mentioning, Preston Wicker, so to contain him, have to keep him inside, able to make plays, much like our own Will Adam can do. So, it'll be interesting to see how those two perform. You know, Caden Bender's had not just last week, but multiple games where he just kind of as the defense is lacking a little bit, all of a sudden he just gets in the backfield and disrupts any type of blocking scheme or whatever they may have, as the captains are on the middle of the field getting ready to are doing the coin flip. You're looking in and can't quite tell. Madrid is in all black with white lettering and white helmets. Pekin in their white tops with black pants, and they have, of course, their black helmets with the chrome logo. Pekin won the toss and deferred, so the Tigers will receive the opening kickoff. They will receive on the right-hand side of your screen. And Pekin's going to put their defense to test right away to start this thing out, and I like it. It always seems like a good option to have get to receive the second half kickoff after you can make some adjustments and take up out of the gate, right out of the gate in the second half. Area matchups here tonight as we're wrapping up the Sigourney Body Shop pregame show. The only really area team is Montezuma, still in play, an 8-player. They are hosting Bedford tonight in 8-man football, so we'll try to keep an update on that score. We'll also keep our eye on that Bellevue-Lisbon score as well and see if we can keep tabs on what's going there, but we are on the field ready to...
The purge is currently happening.
Yeah.
What's that?
The purge is currently happening. They got the purge music playing.
All right. Well, Tigers are set up to receive this thing.
You know you want to say it, Josh. It's going to be a cat fight.
It's going to be a cat fight. It is going to be a fight between the Tigers and the Panthers. Logan Velke, is back deep. He's standing at his own 15-yard line and waiting the kick from Henry Adam. And we'll see. Pekin struggled last week with kickoff coverage in the early going. Of course, the opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown. Had to play catch-up all the way from the beginning, so we'll see. I'm sure they've spent some extra time on kickoff coverage here tonight as we are set to go. Adam runs up on it and sends a squib kick right into the hands of the up man. It's loose, and there's a battle for the ball. It looks like the Tigers are going to come up with it, though. Again, I really don't know with the way that Adam kicks Henry. I don't know that those are on purpose when he does that. It certainly worked out for Pekin a few times, but I can't imagine calling for an onside kick to start this game off. But nonetheless, the Tigers will start with the ball at their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
Should mention that Adrian Dickey is our sponsor for the first quarter.
All righty. Wickyard in shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap, goes up the middle, keeps it himself. Met there and driven backwards. He's going to get forward progress, picked up a yard or two on forward progress. So we'll bring up 2nd down and about 8 for the Tigers. We'll move it to the 48. Early going in this one. As a reminder, 12-minute quarters. As Wickier, same formation's got 2 receivers to the near side. This time he's going to swing it out quick pass, and it's off target. His intended target was Logan Velke, but threw it way out in front of him. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 for the Tigers at their own 48-yard line.
As I mentioned, with Tigers running similar offensive plays as well as his formations just a little different. Some of their formations will look very similar to Pekin, just like this one here. Twin receivers to the near side, single receiver to the far side, 2 up backs. Wickier takes the snap. He's going to option to his near side and cuts upfield and has near 1st down yardage, makes a man miss and gets past 1st down. He's up to the 30, 25-20, 15-10, touchdown, Madrid. 52-yard run for the score by Preston Wicker. And Madrid takes an early 6-0 lead. Pekin got caught, sucked up on that one. Playing for the inside run, and Wicker able just to get the edge. Got outside, and he was long gone. Here's Emerson Bridgewater to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up and good. And the Tigers lead 7-0 with 11:11 to go here in the opening quarter.
All right, we do thank our sponsors for making our ball game possible. That includes Adrian Dickey bringing us our first quarter. Please vote for Senator Adrian Dickey on November 5th. Adrian has lived in Packwood his entire life, is a 1992 Pekin graduate, and a lifelong Panther supporter. Adrian led the way to pass the largest income tax cut in Iowa's history, co-wrote the bill to deliver the largest property tax cut in Iowa's history, and passed the bill to eliminate Iowa income taxes on all retirement income. This year, Adrian delivered Iowa teachers the largest starting pay raise in Iowa history. He has spent the past 4 years standing up for Southern Iowa farmers, and his backing of our law enforcement community has earned him the endorsements from the sheriffs of Jefferson, Keokuk, Van Buren, and Henry counties. Go Panthers, and go vote for Senator Adrian Dickey on November 5th. And we do thank Adrian Dickey for Iowa Senate being our first quarter sponsor. About ready for kickoff as Madrid leads Pekin 7-0 in the first quarter.
All righty, Bridgewater set to kick this off. Back deep is Riley Smith and Robert Brown. Get to Pekin's defense here on a second. It's a high kick that Smith is going to field at the 15. He goes back to the far side of the field, now up the middle. Makes a couple guys miss. Runs into a wall of Madrid Tigers, and he is down at the 30-yard line. Right about there is where Pekin will start their first drive near side hash. Pekin's defense on that third and 8 play, though, totally sold out on the inside. I think 7 of the 11 players were in between the tackles and within 2 yards of the football, and it just made it. That was too easy on the outside for Wicker to burn that edge and beat him down the field. Have to make an adjustment there. Pekin comes out, normal formation with Adam back deep, sends Glick in motion. It's a handoff to Glick. To the left tackle he goes, makes the first couple guys miss, falls down, picks up a first down on the first run of the game. All the way up to about the 40-yard line. They do mark it right at the 40. The ball was spotted after the kickoff return at the 29. So an 11-yard run for Nolan Glick. And the Panthers start with a 10-yard run. Come back out, same formation. Smith split out to the near side. Davis and Brown to the far side. Henry Adam is right lined up beside Will Adam. He's tackled right away. The ball comes out. It's still loose. Battle for the ball. Looks like Madrid has it. No. Pekin's able to get it back. Looked like Caden Bender was the one that able to grab that thing and corral it in. Yeah, they called the play dead anyway. Nonetheless, Bender had it. So Henry Adam on his first carry fumbles, and it'll be 2nd down and 9 to give him 1 yard on the carry. Davis and Brown go to the far side. Smith near side. Both running backs are up on the line. Will sends Henry in motion, hands it right back. No, he fakes it. Will Adam keeps himself. He goes up the middle, and he's tackled after a short gain. Pickup of about 4. So it'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the Panthers. Ball is at the 46-yard line, their own 46. 3rd and 4. 9:40 to go here in this first quarter. Brought to you by Adrian Dickey for Senate. And now a timeout is called by the Tigers as a Madrid player, looked like Bridgewater, took his helmet off and was trying to fix his helmet, and they call a timeout instead.
And that is actually a Cranston Family Funeral Home timeout, so let's hear from them right now. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. And we are back here on Steve Shuttler Media for the Pekin Madrid game. Josh, I'll let you take it away.
All right, yeah, Madrid taking a timeout. It looked like Emerson Bridgewater for the Tigers had an issue with his helmet and came over the sideline, and instead of taking him out of the game and putting in a sub, they just call a timeout and get that fixed up. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 for Pekin here, their opening drive of the game, trailing 7-0. 3 runs here, 1 by Glick, 2 by Henry, 3 runs here by 3 different carriers. Nolan Glick, his first run went for 10 yards, and Henry Adam had a short run. Will Adam had a 4-yard gain. And here we are, same formation. Smith set up deeper in his slot position. Look for a pass there. It is a pass. Brown catches the pass, gets to the outside, fighting for first down yardage. He goes out of bounds right at the sticks. They're going to give him the first down, 1st and 10 Panthers. And even from up here, that was pretty obvious that Robert Brown had stepped back a couple more yards. So that pass was coming, and we'll see if they set that up with the run inside the next time, because he gave that away. They're going to flip the receivers this time. Brown and Davis to the near side, Smith to the far side. Glick comes in motion. They hand it to him. Up the middle he goes, and he's wrapped up, falls forward for a gain of about 2.
Josh, I don't know if you noticed, but earlier I put the camera down on the sidelines as Hall of Fame Sigourney Keota football coach Bob Howard is standing on the sidelines this evening, right down there. So
I did not notice
lots of Sigourney support for Pekin tonight as well.
Yes, their season came to an unfortunate end last week, so come and cheer on your county cousins, we'll call him. Here's a fake handoff to Glick, and Adams going to take it to the left, and he goes nowhere. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, I do not believe. Coach Weber is hot over there on the far sideline. Something was awry. And he's barking about Will Adam there. I'm thinking the wrong play was ran or something along those lines. Here it is, though, for Pekin. It is 3rd down and 8. Ball just across midfield at the 47-yard line, or 48-yard line, excuse me. Here's a fake handoff to Glick, looking downfield. Adam has to step up. He's in trouble. Gets to the outside, to the corner, gets it turned. He's going up the field, up and gets a first down. Steps out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Spot him out at the 49, or 39, excuse me. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. So Adam did not have much time at all, but able to get to the outside there on that run. Just inside, or just right at 8 minutes to go here in this opening first quarter. Here's a handoff to Henry Adam to the left side. He goes for a good gain, gets about 8 or 9 on the play before he's tripped up. Bring up 2nd and short for the Panthers.
Again, we thank Adrian Dickey for Senate for bringing us our first quarter here on Steve Shetler Media.
From the far hash, you're going to have Robert Brown and Casey Davis to the near side, Riley Smith to the far side. Glick is to the left of Will Adam. Takes a snap, hands it to Glick. He goes to the right side, hesitates for a second, then tries to power his way forward. He's not going to get there. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. He'll bring up 3rd and 3. Third down of this drive. In 4-down territory here for the Panthers. Davidson Brown to the near side. Running backs are up tight to the line. Send Henry in motion. They hand it to him. There's a flag with the snap, and they whistled it dead, actually, so that'll be a full start on Pekin. We'll move them back 5. And that makes 3rd down much more difficult, but again, they're in that range that it's 4-down territory all day long. They're not going to punt this ball this position on the field, because if it goes in the end zone, it only nets 5-10 yards anyway. So 3rd and 8. It's more like 3rd and 7. It's 2 downs to get 7 yards. Davis and Brown go to the far side. This time Smith to the near side. Adams going to roll to the far side. He's got blocking if he wants to run. He decides to throw. He's got Robert Brown. Brown makes the catch and goes out of bounds. Big play for Mr. Robert Brown. We decided that his nickname is Downtown Robert Brown, right?
There you go. There you go. It's coming in, Steve. It's coming in. There you go.
That was about the first game of the year we dubbed him that.
I'm a slow learner. It'll be 1st and it's going to be close to 1st and goal. The ball's right at the 10. I got to wait for the line judge to set up. He is right on the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 10 for the Panthers. 4 plays to get 10 yards here. Glick comes in motion. Fake hand off to him. Will Adam tries to go up the middle, and he's wrapped up immediately.
Will Adam, the ball carrier.
Number 72 for the Tigers, Maxwell Morgan, has been in the backfield on every single snap almost immediately. Got to find out an answer for him.
The second down and goal.
So it'll stay second and goal. They did say Will was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so the ball is still at the 10-yard line. Riley Smith is lined up in the pistol formation behind Will Adam this time. Send Henry Adam in motion. Hand it to Riley. To the left side he goes. He's met at the line of scrimmage and goes nowhere. Being third down and goal now.
He's stopped by Taryn Lawrenson.
See what Pekin can dial up here.
Balls to the Tiger 9-yard line.
You got to think if this goes nowhere, you might want to think about a field goal in this spot. But if you get 4 or 5 yards, may change your mind. We'll see, though. This play first. Adam takes a snap, throws it to Brown. The defender falls down initially. Brown up the field to the 10-5 and tackled at about the 2-yard line. So Robert Brown gets him within striking distance. It'll bring up 4th down and goal and decision time for Coach Weber.
You got to go for it, right?
I think you do. I mean, it's too bad that pass from Will Adam had a little bit of loft to it, because had it got to Robert Brown a little sooner, I think he would have got into the end zone, as the slot defender had slipped on the play. Here Pekin's going to go for it. They got Glick lined up to the left of that, or in the pistol behind Will Adam. Snap is good. He hands it off to Glick, but a timeout was called by Pekin, and that's one of those. I don't know how much you can see it on your screen, but the left tackle for the Tigers actually slipped on the snap and was on the ground. Nolan Glick just jumped over him into the end zone easily, but the timeout was called.
Yep. Let's go ahead and hear from our timeout sponsor, which is Cranston Family Funeral Home. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. Again, we thank Cranston Family Funeral Home for being our timeout sponsor. Adrian Dickey for Senate, our first quarter sponsor. We thank all of our sponsors of our different segments of the game. We don't get to give them as much love as I wanted to on our screen as far as graphics go, but we definitely do appreciate them for making our broadcast possible tonight.
All right, 4:28 to go. Both teams have used the timeout. It is Madrid 7, Pekin 0. Pekin is at, call it the 2.5-yard line, 4th and goal. Change the formation on the timeout. Robert Brown is snuffed back in the slot. Adam takes the snap. He's going to roll to the left. Waiting, looking for somebody open. Now he floats a pass to the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. It was intended for Robert Brown. He could not hang on to it as he fell to the ground. So Pekin will turn the ball over to the Tigers at their own 3-yard line with 4:22 to go here in the opening quarter.
Well, we've got a few seconds. I do thank all of our sponsors for bringing us our game tonight, including South Ottumwa Savings Bank. We've also got Grant Ranch, Copeland Auto Body, Gobbler Creek Seeds, and Fairfield Precast Concrete amongst those that are sponsoring us tonight.
All right, here comes the Tigers. Wicker takes it to the right, poaches through the initial surge, and then is tackled about the 8-yard line. Wait for that side judge to get there. They're going to. Is the 8-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. 3:57 to go. Wicker fakes a toss and goes off to the left tackle, and he has a seam, but swallowed up and closed up there by Will Adam. Still a battle for footing. He's going to get a 1st down here on this carry. Preston Wicker is the only Tiger that has has handled the ball on offense here tonight so far. And it's 1st and 10 for Madrid with 3:30 to go in the opening quarter. Ball's on the 14-yard line. 1st and 10. Wicker's got Halverson in the backfield. This time they're going to option to the right side. He pitches it to Halverson. Halverson is ripped down from behind. I think that was Henry Adam. I cannot tell from here just yet. It was Henry Adam. Able to play that option well. And they're going to say he maybe lost the half the width of a shoe. Still 2nd down and 10. That's the first play that Wicker did not, or that somebody else on the Tigers team has touched the football offensively. Wicker takes a snap, hands it to Halverson, this time off left tackle, and that's going nowhere. It'll be 3rd and 10. And this may be why, as they're using the play fake to Halverson prior, they were using that as to set up blocking for Wicker. And with the handoff and without that extra blocker, Pekin's able to disrupt the play. Here it is, 3rd and 9. They're going to say he got a yard on that last play. Halverson and Wicker behind center. Snap is high. Wicker pulls it down. They're going to go off to the right side. He flips it out there. Halverson has it, and he runs into a couple of Pekin defenders. First one out there, I believe, was Henry Adam again. Elijah Brock helped clean it up as well, and it'll bring 4th down and short. 4th and 4 with 1:46 to go in the opening quarter. Ball's at the 21-yard line. You got to think Madrid's going to punt here. Bridgewater goes back. He is their punter.
Bridgewater back in punt formation for the Tigers. Riley Smith back to receive.
Riley Smith standing at his own 45-yard line. Not too far. Nice high spiraling kick. Riley Smith has to let it go as he misjudged it, lost it in the sky. It takes a huge Tiger roll, goes all the way down to the 29-yard line. I'm going to call that about a 51-yard kick off after the roll, probably in the air for about 30, but took a good 20-yard roll after it hit the ground. So Smith just lost it in the lights, and then in the dark he was out of position, and it's a good thing he didn't reach out and try to grab that, because that could have caused some bigger problems. Pekin right back at it, able to give that defensive stop. And they're going to start this drive right where they started their last drive, at the 29-yard line. Got all the way down to the 3 the last time, unable to punch it in. Glick to the left of Adam. It's a handoff to Glick. To the near side he goes. He's met in the backfield, but finds his way up to the line of scrimmage and falls forward. His Tigers were more trying to rip the ball out than tackle Glick there. Pulled him up another yard in that process. 2nd and 7. 55 seconds to go here in this opening quarter that is brought to you by Adrian Dickey for Senate. Brown and Davis go to the far side. Henry Adam to the right of Will. Direct snap to Henry. He's going to follow Will. Gets to the outside, now tries to cut upfield. Nothing doing there. He's going to be brought down for a loss. With 24 seconds on the clock, Pekin will not have to run another play. We'll see if they choose to do so. It'll be 3rd down and 8. It's a loss of 1. And it does not look like Pekin's going to even run a play here to finish out this first quarter. So we will head to the second quarter with Pekin in a 3rd and 8. And trailing 7-0.
All right, let's jump in and hear a word from the Iowa High School Athletic Association.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Keokuk County Medical Clinic is your one-stop shop for healthcare. Our behavioral health providers offer a wide range of services to help you reach your goals. We have multiple family practice providers who see patients of all ages for acute and chronic care. Through a partnership with Bloom Pediatrics of Ottumwa, McKenna Bond, ARNP is here on Wednesday and Friday mornings to give your child the special care they need. Libby Dasso, PAC, is here for all your rheumatology needs. Jack's Corner Drug is located just down the hall for your convenience.
Hey, we thank all of our sponsors for making our broadcasts possible, including our second quarter sponsor, which is Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, as they bring us once again the second quarter, which is just about to get underway. Pekin at Madrid tonight for playoff action, 7-0 in favor of Madrid. Josh Clubb with the play-by-play. Zach Wise on color. Josh, take it away.
All right, here we are, 3rd and 8. Ball's at the 31-yard line to start the second period. Will Adam. See what he can dial up. Probably going to be a pass here. He rolls to the right. He's looking down the field. He's got Robert Brown. He throws it down the field. Caught by Brown at the 40, 30, pushed out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line. Big play for Pekin there, and setting those up, even on those run plays. Brown is doing a good job of running his routes, even though it's a run play, and there's something there. You don't want to expose it too much, but he's consistently beating his defender down the field. Pekin takes advantage of it there. Flipped the field on that play. The ball's at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Brown in the slot on the near side. Adams drops back to pass. He's in trouble. There could be a holding, but there's a pass up the middle, and it's nearly picked off. Had Nolan Glick. Nolan Glick had a step on his defender. That is Wicker that broke it up. If Adam could have gotten some height on that ball, he would have had Glick in the end zone. Nonetheless, it's 2nd down and 10. And fortunate there that the ball's not intercepted as Wicker had his hand on it. Same formation. Adam rolls to the near side this time. Throws it. He floats it up there to... that was nearly picked off, too. He was looking for Riley Smith that time. Actually threw it right in between Riley Smith and Robert Brown. And dangerous pass. 2 Madrid defenders there. One of them did get their hands on it. Now it's 3rd down and 10. Pekin showing pass heavy here. Last 3 plays have been passing plays. Will Adams got to be careful. Don't want to give it up on this side of the field in that fashion. 3rd and 10. You got to think it's 4-down territory for the Panthers as well. Adam takes a snap, drops back. He's going to pass again. He's in trouble. He's got to move. He's in a lot of trouble, but he's going to be able to get the corner turn, gets around to the 30 and pushed out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Adam able to... It looked like he was dead to rights back there. He had a guy coming from the backside, had that good internal clock going off, telling him he needed to get moving. Able to get the corner turned. Picks up 6 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 4. And Pekin at this point has got to try something on the ground. Madrid softened up the secondary and keeping everybody in front of them. If you got a stop route or even a delayed handoff to Glick, time to dial it up now. It's a direct snap to Glick instead. He gets to the right side in trouble, tries to bounce it outside. He's wrapped up in the backfield. He's not going to get there. And Pekin's going to turn it over on downs again. So 2 drives for Pekin, able to pick up a lot of yards, but turn it over on downs both times. And Zach's back there keeping stats. I'm sure Pekin's leading the way in the stat category, offensively anyway. However, the only thing that matters is the scoreboard. And the scoreboard says Madrid 7, Pekin 0. Unable to finish those drives. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them later on. Pekin's defense. See if they can stand tall again. Able to hold them last time out. Wicker. He's got Halverson behind him. Wicker's going to throw a pass to the near side, and it's caught out there by number 84. He is wrapped up at about the 32-yard line. Be close to 1st down yardage. It is a 1st down. 3rd and 2. Number 84 for the Tigers is Torrin Severson, one of the captains on this team. 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. As Wicker takes the snap. He's going to fake a pitch to the left side, goes up the middle, and he's brought down after a small gain. Pick up a 3 or 4 somewhere in that neck of the woods. Second down for Madrid.
Gain of 3 on the play, balls to the 35-yard line. Second down and 7, Tigers.
Put 2nd and 7 on the board. Wicker hands it off this time to the left side. That play's going nowhere as Pekin stacks him up. First one there was Alton Williams. Wrapped him up and spun him around and bear hugged him to the ground. And I'm going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. He had to have gotten back there on the spin around tackle from Williams. Ball's right on the 35-yard line. It is 3rd and 7. Pekin looking to turn the Tigers away again. Here comes an option look. They flip it outside to Halverson. He tries to get to the corner, and he's met up immediately. Henry Adam wrapped him up, and Will Adam came and finished the job. It'll be 4th down and about 4 for the Tigers. Probably have to punt at this spot, at least. If I was a coach, which I'm not, but I would definitely be punting it because Pekin's shown that they can move the ball. They just can't finish the drive, so you don't want to give them yardage this close. So Riley Smith's going to go back. Bridgewater kicked this away. He's standing at about the 30 or the 28-yard line. Smith is at his own 30. High snap. There's a flag that comes in. A long spiraling kick again goes out of bounds. Should be marked at about the 32, 33. We'll see what the official says. And there's also a flag on the play. Spotted at a 31. That was a generous spot. Illegal shift by the Tigers as the call on the field. See what Pekin does here. Looks like Pekin's going to take the penalty yardage. Make him punt it again. So that spot on that kick that went out of bounds, it hit the ground at about 5 yards out of bounds. It hit the ground at the 28-yard line and was spotted at a 31, so very generous spot. Probably forces Weber to make him punt again. Snap. This is an end-over-end kick. Hangs up in the air and goes out of bounds at about the 40 or the 37. So 10-yard penalty results in 8 yards net for the Panthers. They'll take over at their own 38-yard line here. The third drive of the game. Again, 2 drives that they've been able to push it right down the field. Just can't punch it home, and see if they can do that here.
Well, one player we really got to look at, Josh, here is we got to look at Robert Brown. Downtown Robert Brown, he's been killing it these past 2 drives here. 2 amazing, outstanding. He has 76 receiving yards just in the beginning of the first quarter here. He's been a key opponent here for the passing game.
Will Adams sends Glick in motion. Fake the handoff to him, and Will Adams takes off up the middle off tackle, and he's tackled at about the 43-yard line. That was Logan Velke that tackled him, and honestly, if Logan Velke didn't get to Adams' legs there, I think that's probably a 20-yard gain at least, as he had a whole lot of green grass in front of him after that tackle. Nonetheless, it is 2nd and 5, 8:20 to go in the second quarter. Second quarter is brought to you by Keokuk County Hospitals and Clinics. Adams sends Glick in motion again. This time he hands it to him. Glick to the right side. Gets up near first down yardage. Drags the defender with him up to midfield right at the 50. That's a first down for the Panthers and a great run by Nolan Glick. Panthers able to reestablish some rhythm in the running game. Last drive was after they got the deep pass to Robert Brown, stuck to the passing game.
First down and 10, Pekin.
Now back to pounding the rock for the Panthers.
Josh, one thing I don't like about being behind a window panel is you don't get to hear the crowd as much on our broadcast, but trying to get used to that tonight.
Well, we can have Zach make some fake crowd noise. Pump it in there, Zach. Here comes Henry Adam in motion. It's fake to him. Will keeps it to the right. He goes. Tries to bounce it outside. Trying to turn the corner. It gets pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 5. That'll stop the clock. Should mention the clock is on the Sinclair Napa scoreboard. It's a very nice scoreboard here at the Jungle that they call the Tiger Stadium. Nice big video screen.
And while we're talking about the stadium, we should also thank Madrid for allowing us to come and do the live stream tonight. So appreciate that and thank them for allowing us.
Yes,
it's very nice
generous
stadium.
of them. And they got a nice press box. They got a hot dog roller over there cooking some dogs. Here is a second down and 6 for the Panthers. Glick to the left of Adam. They hand it to him. He's in trouble immediately, going nowhere. I'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Interesting how Pekin is kind of setting up as we go through this game. Very run-heavy their first drive, very pass-heavy the second drive, very run-heavy this drive. So we'll see if they start to balance that out and keep Madrid guessing. Basically, when they're switching the two, when they first started passing, it was working because the Tigers were selling out on the run. Now that they've switched to running, it worked initially, but now the Tigers are selling out to the run. So we'll see what they dial up here on 3rd and 6. Ball's at the 46-yard line. It's a direct snap to Henry Adam. He's going to follow Will. No, he's going to throw a pass deep down the field. He's got Casey Davis standing alone, and he goes through his hands. Casey Davis had a gimme for a touchdown and a catch and just drops it. 4th and 6. Some trickery there as a direct snap to Henry. Looked like a run all the way. He pulled back to pass. I mean, that ball hung up in the air for a long time, and nobody was around Davis.
Gave him too much time to think.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's way too much time to think about that one. Looks like Pekin's going to punt here at the 46-yard line, 4th and 6, 6:42 to go in the second quarter. Riley Smith back to kick this away. Back to receive for the Tigers is Logan Valky. He's going to have to let this roll as it takes a Pekin roll, and it's going to get down at about the 13-yard line. So good choice to punt there. Man, 2 solid drives. They couldn't quite punch it in, and a trick play that was there, just couldn't cash in on it. And you ask your defense to hold them just one more time here, try to get a score before the half, and of course the Panthers, if they can find a way to stop them here, they can double dip in drives with receiving the second half kickoff. But first you got to stop them here. As the Tigers come out with doing backs. It's a handoff to the left side, and it is ripped down by Henry Adam after a decent gain there. That was Halverson. Bring up, I think he got about 5 or 6 on that. Hit the hole hard. Henry Adam just grabbed on and drug him down. They're going to give him 6 yards. Call it 2nd and 4. Here's a snap to Wicker. He's going to keep it to the left side. He goes. He is brought down after a gain of about 3 or 4. It's going to be close to first down yardage. They're going to give him the first down, so it'll be first and 10 for the Tigers. 5:50 to go in the first half.
And we thank Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics for sponsoring our second quarter.
Pretty quick moving game with the amount of rushing attempts by both teams. Wicker sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch, and goes to the left side, and he's wrapped up immediately, but falls forward for a yard. Bring up second down. I'm going to actually give him about 2 yards, so it'll be second down and 8. 5:10 to go now. Be under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter before they get the snap off.
Ball is at the 26-yard line. Now bring up second down and 9.
Here is Wicker. Looks for a quick pass to the outside, and that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Who was that? It was tipped. That was tipped by Cal Miller.
The only unfortunate thing with that one, Josh, it looks like Robert Brown slipped there, but if he didn't slip there, I think he could have got up and possibly picked that off.
I don't know. If he didn't slip, I think he would have been in the grill of the wide receiver because that ball got tipped and went behind Brown, even though he was on the ground, nonetheless. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 8. Wicker's going to take the snap. He's going to the left side, got a lot of blockers, and he breaks his way through, and he's going to get the first. No, it's going to be close. Pekin's saying the ball came out. They do. It is. Pekin does get the ball. Ball must have came out right there at the end. We couldn't see it from up here, all those jerseys. So Pekin, they would have held him short, too, as he was about a half a yard shy of the first down, but the ball pops out of Preston Wicker's hand, and the Panthers take over at their own 38-yard line. You've got to find a way to get it in the end zone here. 4:40 to go. You've showed that you can move the ball offensively. Matter's done a great job of bending but not breaking defensively, but you got to find a way to break through here. Here's a pass attempt from Will Adam. He's in trouble as he's dancing around. Nobody open. He's just going to go to the right side. He's got a lot of yard in front of him. He's going to pick up about 8 before he's tackled out of bounds. And that didn't get as much as I thought he did. The first down chain guy must not have had the chain stretched that tight because all of a sudden it just moved. I thought he was a lot closer to the first down than that. It'll be 2nd and 3. Ball is on the 26-yard line. Adam looks to pass. Throws a loft pass up. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Elijah Brock. There was another drop touchdown. Brock was running free down the sideline. Brock with a cast still on that left arm. So you can see why he didn't maybe catch that one, but nonetheless brings up 3rd and 3. Pekin's got to be in 4-down territory here, but I'd like to see him run the ball again. They flip-flop. This is the 4th drive now, and this one's been pass heavy. We went run heavy, pass heavy, run heavy, pass heavy. Been pass heavy on this one. Adam takes the snap, 3rd and 3. Throws a spot pass to Robert Brown, hits the ground before he catches it. Incomplete. 4th down and 3.
Pass intended for Robert Brown is incomplete. That will bring up 4th down and 3 for the Panthers at the Tiger 26-yard line.
So if they stick to script, 3 passes in a row, they'll run it here on 4th and 3. We'll see. Adam takes the snap. No, he's going to make the pass. Now he's in trouble. He's got to take off. He's in deep trouble. Tries to get around the corner. He does. He's going to get the first down before he gets pushed out of bounds. Should have got the first down at least. Oh, he's going to be just short. He stepped out way earlier than I thought he did. They're still looking. And I think they're going to measure this thing.
Wow, an old school measurement.
Yeah. Just not something you see that often these days, but certainly in this situation you would. Boy, it looked like he, and of course we couldn't quite see the yard lines because of the Tiger football team, but and he is a half of an inch short, so the Panthers turn it over on downs again. Panthers have had 4 drives. 2 of them that they drove the length of the field and turned it over on downs. Drove the length of the field, a decent drive going, then had to punt off the fake pass that was dropped. And there had a touchdown pass dropped and turned it over on downs again off the turnover. 4:14 to go in the second quarter. Tigers have the ball at the 23-yard line. And now a timeout is called by Pekin.
Let's go ahead and get our timeout sponsor in. That is Cranston Family Funeral Home. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. Thanks to Cranston Family Funeral Home for sponsoring our timeouts. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Sigourney Body Shop bringing us the pregame. Adrian Dickey for Senate with the first quarter. Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics with our second quarter. Fremont Funeral Chapel brings us the half. Pilot Grove Savings Bank the third quarter. Federation Bank with the fourth quarter. And, of course, the Daisy Dew Player of the Game, Daisy Dew Landscaping Player of the Game will be named later on tonight, along with all of our sponsors that are rotating in the bottom right corner of your screen tonight. Again, we thank Madrid High School for letting us broadcast the game here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube tonight. We're in the second quarter. 4:14 to go before halftime. Madrid leading 7-0 over Pekin. Josh, what do we got?
Well, it's extremely important now for the Panthers defense to hold once again, as Pekin's left about at least 14 points, if not more, on the field, and that just is tough to overcome. Here's a nearly intercepted pass by Elijah Brock, and that cast is causing problems, because if Brock did not break those fingers or whatever it was, that was a pick six all day long. He would have probably caught that touchdown pass pretty sure-handed before he had to start wearing that black cast there on his left hand, but nonetheless, that forces a 2nd down and 10. His cast was white last week, black this week, so I don't know if they rewrap it or what they do, but here is a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Wicker's going to keep it himself. To the left side he goes, and he's wrapped up after a short gain. There's a flag on the play. It's going to be a holding on the Tigers, as number 65 for the Tigers, Isaiah Q, he tackled his defender. That'll open up the running lanes in a hurry, those holdings. Now marching back 10, and it'll bring up 2nd down, and it'll depend on where the spot of the hold was, but it is 2nd down and 19. So again, a broken up pass play, and then the holding call for the Panther defense. You've got to find a way to hold them, get the ball back with a little bit of time to try to do something with it. Here's a broken play. The Wicker goes up the middle and actually gets a decent gain out of it. There was some confusion between him and the running backs. He just tucked it in and went up the middle. He picked up 7 or 8 on that run, though. 3rd and 12. Third and 12 here. 3:24 and counting to go here in the second quarter. Pekin's down to 1 timeout. If they're able to come up with a hold here and get the ball back, Wicker's going to take an option to the left side, makes the first man miss, now cuts back to the middle of the field, and he's got a running lane all the way up to the 40. He's got the first down and more. Finally wrestled out of bounds at about midfield. Preston Wicker gets a first down for the Tigers. Henry Adam finally got him out of bounds. And that'll start winding the clock again. The ball's right at midfield, 1st and 10. They'll be inside 3 minutes to play in the second quarter to get this snap off. Wicker hands it to Halverson. To the left side he goes. Hits the hole hard. Falls forward for a gain of about, they're going to say 4. He looked like he got more than that, but the far side line judge was running in before Halverson was even stopped. I mean, that's good for Pekin, but I think he got a lot more than that. Unless you'll take it. Line to gain is the 40-yard line. Ball spotted between the 46 and 45. Wicker takes snap to the left side. He goes, and he's wrapped up right at about the 43, and he's still pushing forward before the play was whistled dead. Line judge.
Oh, wow.
Line judge, again, he did that in the last play, too, on Madrid. The far side line judge is whistling it dead for forward progress, and Wicker never really stopped. So there's an advantage for Pekin there. But 3rd and 2, you got to find a way to stop him, and I wouldn't be surprised if Madrid uses 2 plays here to pick up these 2 yards. They've been able to move to pick up 3 or 4 yards on every running play this down. Here's snap to Halverson, and he's got the first down before he's wrestled down to about the 39. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Tigers. Clock will stop momentarily. 1:38 to go in the second quarter. Tigers do have 2 timeouts remaining.
Ball is to the 39-yard line. Will be 1st down and 10 Tigers.
Wicker rolls to the right to pass. He throws the pass. It is caught at the 30-yard line. And that's going to force the Tigers to take a timeout with 1:15 to go. It'll be 2nd down and short. He was just shy of the 1st down.
And let's go ahead and go to our sponsor of timeouts, Cranston Family Funeral Home. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. Again, we thank Cranston Family Funeral Home for sponsoring our timeouts. We are live at Madrid High School for playoff action tonight. Madrid leading Pekin 7-0 with 1:15 to go. We thank Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics for sponsoring our second quarter. Again, the ball right about the 30-yard line. What are your thoughts, Josh?
My thoughts are you've got to find a way to keep him out of the end zone here. I don't know what they have for a field goal kicker. That's not as big of a deal, but you got to keep him out of the end zone. You get the ball back. You offensively you're playing just fine until you get to their end of the field. But letting them go up 2 scores before half feels completely different than just the 1 touchdown. And also, I mean, besides this drive, Pekin really has held strong defensively, giving up the 1 big play to Wicker for the touchdown. But other than that, the offense hasn't done much for Madrid. We'll see if the defense can hold it here. Here's a fake pass. Up the middle he goes. He's got a seam route. Wide open is Bridgewater, and he's in for the score. Touchdown Madrid with 1:08 to go in the second quarter. They are going to take the lead 13-0. Sinclair tractor touchdown for the Madrid Tigers. I guess the silver lining is you do have 1:08 of offense left to try to quickly score. 1:08 and timeout to try to get some points on the board before half. And again, Pekin does get the ball to start the second half. The kick is up and good. So 14-0 is our score as we get ready for Pekin's 5th drive of the game.
The score, Pekin 0.
While we do have a second, let's throw in some of our sponsors that are making our broadcast possible tonight. That includes the fine folks at Shetler Insurance Services, Son-in-Law Services, Barn Wired, Oski Dental, Bridget's Public House, Helmuth Ford. We've also got Sheets Chiropractic, Brothers Market, and Lifetime Dental. We have got Sinclair Tractor and Sinclair Napa also making our broadcast possible. Just a reminder, we do have Clint Dye on the sidelines tonight from Tag Team Photography. Clint is taking some pictures that he'll be posting kind of throughout the night, and we'll get a complete what you would call a photo dump later on this weekend from pictures from tonight's game. He'll get us some highlight videos. We'll get a complete article later on this weekend as well. So Clint Dye from Tag Team Photography following along on the action tonight as well. 14-0, Madrid leads at just a little bit. 1:08 to go before halftime. Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics sponsoring our second quarter.
All right, got Smith and Brown back to receive. One score update. Lisbon leads Bellevue 21-0 in the start of the second quarter. So Lisbon pulling away from that one. Bridgewater set to kick this off. It's a pop-up kick. It's good. They're going to let it hit the ground, and they better get that out of bounds. Okay, falls out of bounds, so benefit Pekin, but need to talk that one over because they were letting that roll, and the Tigers had a gunner right down there on the ball. But fortunately for Pekin, goes out of bounds. Start out with good field position. Again, they're going to have 1 minute and 8 seconds. Good thing about that going out of bounds, nobody touching it, is that no time came off the clock. Pekin has 1 timeout remaining.
Pekin will accept the penalty, place the ball. They're on 35-yard line where they'll have first down and 10.
This ball's at the 35 near side hash. Davis and Brown to the far side. Smith to the near side. Adams going to roll to the right, and a flag comes in. False start on the Panthers. That'll move them back 5, so they'll start it out 1st and 15.
Indication is a false start against the Panthers. 5-yard penalty, move the ball to the Pekin 30-yard line, bring up first down and 15.
All right, well, Pekin will certainly look to go to the air here. We'll see if they dial up. Looks like the Tigers are going to have at least one safety playing about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, trying to stay deep. Adam drops back to pass. He's in trouble immediately, steps up, throws it up the middle, and this is way overthrown. Robert Brown. Well, Brown's looking for a flag, but not much there. 2nd down and 15. Minute 2 now to go.
You know, Josh, we saw a very controversial non-call last Friday night at the Sigourney-Keota game that I posted a video on Steve Shetler Media, and now we're 2 million views later on that.
Well, don't post this one because that was not pass interference. Brown ran into his defender after the ball had already hit the ground, so nonetheless, 2nd and 15. Adams going to roll to the right. Stops, throws it deep to Robert Brown. Brown is on the sideline, tries to make a one-handed catch. Nothing doing. He's shoved down to the ground. 3rd down. Just nothing there that time. And honestly, Brown had Glick on the far side, kind of in the slot, just stopped. If he would have thrown it to Glick, I think Glick would have got 10 yards before anybody would have got to him. So probably need to be looking check down at that point. It's 3rd and 15 now. You've burnt like no time. It's 56 seconds still remaining in the half. Madrid does have 1 timeout remaining as well. Adamson's Glick in motion. He's just going to follow Glick to the hole. Nothing there. He's swallowed up, gain of a yard or 2. And Madrid's going to take their final timeout with 50 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter, and Pekin will have to punt this thing away. And there's another Cranston Family Funeral Home timeout.
All right, let's hear from Cranston Family Funeral Home right now. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. Cranston Family Funeral Home sponsoring our timeouts tonight. Do have an update. It was West Branch that got by Sigourney-Keota last week, and I'm hearing that it's 35-0. Is it Grundy Center that's playing West Branch?
Yep.
35-0 for Grundy Center.
And that's not surprising because Grundy Center's been a force the last couple of years, and probably not who Sigourney-Keota would have been paired up against, but they couldn't have been because they're both district champions, but just a stunning upset for West Branch. Here is Pekin with a punt. 50 seconds to go. 4th and 13. Riley Smith. And now Pekin's going to shift into an overload to the far side. Will Adam goes out in the receiver position. Madrid did not shift much. Here's a low snap. Smith punts it to the far side. End over end kick. And it takes a huge Pekin roll. and still rolling. Nearly hit the official all the way down to about the 20-yard line. I think it was spotted about the 21, so good punt there. 38 seconds remaining. No timeouts for the Tigers. We'll see what they try to dial up. So they try to force it down the field. A couple of passes have caused problems, but of course they did just get the long touchdown pass here moments ago. See how they want to play this. This typically goes, you kind of just see how that first play goes for you. You have no timeouts to work with, so that makes it a little more difficult to feel it out. You do have to hope for a first down if you're going to keep it on the ground. Wicker's going to follow his man into the hole, bounce around. He's tackled at after a short gain, and that'll probably do it for the quarter. We'll see. Call it a gain of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 7. And it does not look like the Tigers are going to run another play. 13 seconds on the clock. And they're going to be content just to go to halftime leading 14-0. And again, Pekin will get the ball to start the second half.
Well, Steve, what we saw with that first half here is Pekin had a lot of good chances there. You know, they had a trick play. Casey Davis, I think, had a little bit too much time to think about it, lost it there. But also you had there was that play. Robert Brown was key there with that receiving. He was the only one that caught the ball for massive yards, 76 receiving yards there. But their defense, besides about that final 3 minutes, Pekin's defense has really been in it. So I still have hope for this game. I still think they're going to do really well. You got to get that Coach Clint Weber magic in there, you know, and I think it'll still be a phenomenal game in the second half.
All right, so we are at halftime, 14-0. Our halftime being sponsored by Fremont Funeral Chapel. The staff members at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa will guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony to honor the life and memory of a loved one. A ceremony can be anything you wish it to be, simple or elaborate, traditional or unique. No matter how it's tailored, such a ceremony is an important step in recovering from loss. Let the staff at Fremont Funeral Chapel in Fremont, Iowa help you in your time of need.
Good. Good sportsmanship is also showing high character and accountability, doing what is right and setting a good example not only on the court but in the classroom as well.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Hey, and welcome back. We are at Madrid High School for Pekin and Madrid football playoff action. Madrid leading 14-0 at halftime. We got less than a minute before, well, maybe, unless they put some more time on the clock. We'll get back to action here shortly. Again, we do thank Fremont Funeral Chapel for sponsoring our halftime segment here on Steve Shetler Media. We've got Josh Clubb, Zach Wise standing by for commentary. And guys, what are your thoughts at halftime?
Well, I mean, Pekin left a lot on the field. It felt like there were a couple of drop passes that could have been scores. 3 drives but really all but one drive able to move the length of the field. It's just Madrid's played take nothing away from their defense, played a bend but don't break type of defense and really stiffened up when they got, inside the 30-yard line or so. So Pekin's going to have to find a way to punch it in. This game's a lot closer than 14-0. Defensively played well, gave up the one big play to Preston Wicker, and that last drive there before the half ended gave up a seam route pass. It was wide open, but other than that, defense have played well, so offense has got to find a way to punch this in and finish off some of these drives. Again, Pekin will start with the football, and I think it's going to be paramount that they start this opening drive off with points on the board to keep the pressure on the Tigers, because if you let the Tigers get one more score at this stage of the game, it's going to be really hard to overcome their confidence here, especially playing at their stadium in this elimination game. But about 2 minutes before we go here, and the one score update that I lost it on my screen here now momentarily. I think Steve updated on his banner there. We did have an update of Montezuma. They were leading at halftime, leading 19-13 at the half there. So that's a close one. And then the other side of this pool, this is Pod 4, Lisbon leads Bellevue 35-6 at halftime. Wow. So Lisbon is the top seed in this pod. So looking like the winner of this game is making a trip up to Lisbon, and let's hope Pekin can pull this thing out. Lisbon's got a nice press box too, nice heated press box. So no issue going back there. But first, Pekin's got to find a way to get some points on the board. And offensively, you got to see. We'd like to see a little more balanced approach on the drives. The drives have kind of flip-flopped between pass heavy and run heavy, and that all could be to set some stuff up here in the second half. We'll see. Of course, they did set up nicely that trick play where Henry Adam threw the pass down to Casey Davis. Just went through his arms. Too much time in the air. Too much time to think about that. I mean, the pass was almost like fielding a kickoff. He was all alone, just waiting for it to come out of the sky. And then, of course, Elijah Brock misses that run down the sideline. He's wide open in the end zone. Just goes off of his casted hand and drops incomplete. So Elijah Brock would have had a pick six had that not went right into his cast hand again. So cast being a factor, but Pekin's certainly not out of this one. 14-0. They've shown that they can move the ball, and they've shown that they can stop Madrid. So they just got to get going on it now as final seconds are wearing off the halftime clock. Pekin will receive the kick, and I believe they're going to be on our left, going to our right. They will be. So we're ready to get this second half underway. Pekin needing 14 points to keep their season alive, and that was the halftime show brought to you by Fremont Funeral Chapel. In the third quarter is brought to you by Pilot Grove Savings Bank. And Packwood there. Bridgewater will kick. Brown and Smith back to receive. Kickoffs have both been short kickoff attempts, non-returnable attempts so far from Bridgewater. This time he's going to kick it deep, and Smith is going to watch this go out of bounds again. So the Panthers will start at the 35-yard line. And I'm surprised that at the higher levels, they've changed, they've adjusted kickoffs and stuff. One thing with high school football, that 35-yard line, based on where the kickers kick the ball and how deep they get it, actually the Pekin has asked for a re-kick this time, so kick it off again. So he'll move him back to the 35 and kick it again, so trying to get a field position advantage here, because it's kind of the point I was just going to make, is that ball went out of bounds at the 27, 28-yard line and just moves it up to the 35, so Coach Weber wanting to try to see if he can force another kick out of bounds a little bit closer this time. We'll see. Bridgewater kicks it. It's up the middle. It's going to bounce and go through the hands of Smith. He's got to get on that. It's near the goal line. He picks it up. He's in the end zone. He's got to get forward to get out of the end zone. He does, and he's tackled at the 10-yard line. Riley Smith was looking up when that ball hit the ground, and it goes in between his legs, and Pekin's going to start deep in their own territory. Not the way you want to start off this half, but so it goes. It'll be 1st and 10. Smith did a great job there. He actually was not. I was looking at the wrong white line. He was actually not in the end zone. He was inside the 5-yard line, but still near disaster on the opening kickoff on the re-kick. Pekin starts even deeper. Here's a handoff to Glick up the middle. Very little gain on the play. Maybe 3 yards. And I'm just going to give him 2, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers. Davis and Brown to the far side. Smith to the near side. Adam takes the snap. He's going to roll to his left. Throws a quick pass out to Casey Davis. He makes the catch. Battling 1st down yardage. Falls forward out of bounds. He's going to be shy of the yard to gain, but certainly a 3rd and short coming up for the Panthers.
He's brought down by Kenny Grimm. Ball is to the 19-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2 for Pekin. Ball's at the 19. Those rollout pass attempts tonight, there's not been much pressure on Will Adams. I'm surprised he's not taken off on more of those, but he's elected to pass. Looks like Madrid's going to bring some heat off the edge. The pat snap is no good. Will Adams just picks it up, and he's dropped for a large loss, and Pekin's going to have to punt on the opening drive. It'll bring up 4th and about 9 probably. Not a good snap, and Pekin not off to a great start here in the second half. This is going to give the Tigers the ball probably in their territory. Riley Smith standing on his own goal line to receive this punt or receive this snap. Smith shanks it, goes off the side of his foot. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 21-yard line, so relatively barely even got it past the yard to gain. So Madrid set up with a golden opportunity here to take a 3-score lead. Pekin's defense is going to have to really stand strong here. Certainly probably going to have to force 4 plays.
If anything could have gone wrong in the opening 2 minutes or whatever, it's definitely happened for Pekin.
Yep. Not the way you want to start out. Ball's at the 21-yard line of Pekin's. Wicker sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. He's going to follow him to the far side. Gets around the corner, and there's a flag that comes in before Wicker's dropped down after a short gain. Flag laying at about the 24-yard line. Flag came from the back judge. Right to the middle of the line. Is holding on Madrid. We'll move it, marching back 10. And it'll remain 1st down.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot moves the ball back to the 31-yard
Ball
line.
is now at the 31, so 1st and 20 for the Tigers. Well, Pekin just needs to force a few more holding calls, and Won't be so pressing. Pekin's lineman really up on the ball here. They're going to get some good penetration. Wicker's trying to pass, and he's going to be sacked. If they get him down, they do get him down. A big loss on the play. So lose about 5, maybe 6. We'll see where they put the ball down at, but Pekin's linemen have the cadence figured out. They do move it up a little bit from where he... Looks like they got the 38-yard line, so... And that was 2nd and 28 for Madrid. Pekin's defense doing his job so far. Wicker has Halverson to his right. Twin receivers to the near side. Wicker's going to pull down, roll out to the right and pass. It's up the middle. It's wide open, but he overshoots his intended target, Bridgewater. That is the same play that they scored on going the opposite way. And once again, Bridgewater had his man beat. It was Will Adam on coverage there, and Bridgewater had him beat. He just got overshot by Wicker. 3rd and 28 now. We'll see if Pekin's safeties move back just a little bit here. With the penalty and the sack, you kind of got him to where it's not necessarily 4-down territory, especially with the stop here. Wicker to the left side. He's met in the backfield. He's not going down easy, though. They're going to come and help clean him up. Great job by Alden Williams and Caden Bender there to help clean up the scrum. Maybe gets a yard or 2 on the carry. I mean, 4th and very long, and you almost have to page punt here. I mean, the other thing, if you're Madrid with a 2-score lead, honestly not the worst thing if you fake the punt here and just throw a deep pass and hope for the best. We'll see. Smith stands at his own 5-yard line, so it's going to be anything in front of him. He's going to try to field. Anything behind him, he should let go. It's a high end-over-end kick, and Smith's just going to have to let it roll, and it's going to roll near the end zone and into the end zone for a touchback. So Panthers catch a break there. That ball nearly got down inside the 1-yard line, but does cross the goal line. We'll try it again. 8:31 to go here in the 3rd quarter. That's brought to you by Pilot Grove Savings Bank.
I mean, things were looking gloom and doom there.
Yeah.
So Pekin got out of that looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and as we said at half and throughout the game, the defense has done their job. I mean,
absolutely.
And offense has moved the ball, just unable to finish it. And we'll see what they do here. See if they get a little more balanced approach. It's handoff to Henry Adam to the left side. He runs into a wall, and he's going to get nowhere, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers.
He's stopped by Preston Wicker and Will Atkinson.
I have noticed that, starting to notice a little adjustment on the Tigers side where anytime a running back gets back there by Will Adam, they kind of shift to the opposite side of the running back. Now they're going to line up more of a pistol set. Sends Glick in motion. Hand off to Henry to the near side, and Madrid's right there. Again, they're reading the formation and shifting accordingly, and they're right every time. Pekin's going to have to change some stuff up and in a hurry. Again, 7:43 to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 2 touchdowns. 2nd drive of the half, and just not finding any yardage. It is 3rd down, 9 to go. Elijah Brock now lined up in the backfield with Will Adam. Glick in motion. It's a fake handoff to Brock. Adam goes to the left. He's in trouble. He's going to get a little bit of nice little wiggle to get out and get a few more yards, but still going to bring up a punting situation for the Panthers. Just nothing doing, and again, we're getting back to the just not mixing up the play calls within the drive at all tonight. All runs there. 4th and 3. 6:46 to go. And Riley Smith will line up to punt this away.
Riley Smith in punt formation for Pekin. Logan Belke back in for the Tigers.
Captain Belkey stands at midfield. Smith's punt goes off the left side of his foot this time. Bounces and goes out of bounds at about the 42-yard line, so not much of a net gain there. And the Tigers will start over about where they left off that last drive in plus territory. And Pekin will rely on defense again.
Punting game just not doing us many favors for the Panthers. Hey, again, we do thank Pilot Grove Savings Bank for sponsoring our third quarter.
All right, well, yep, got to really lean on your defense again. Try to come up with something here. Force the turnover earlier tonight. Wicker is going to option it to the left side, and the pitch is dropped, but then picked up all the way down to the sideline, and running free is number 42, Will Atkinson. After dropping the fumble, Robert Brown is pleading his case to the official. Feels like he was blocked in the back. Not going to convince him otherwise. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. First and 10 ball at the 14. Atkinson lined up with Wicker now. Wicker's going to follow him to the right side. Not at the line of scrimmage, but does not go down easily. Finally pull him back. Gain of 2 or 3 there on that play. It'll bring 2nd and 7. Definitely in 4-down territory here if you're Madrid, so Pekin's defense really backs really against the wall here. Need to try to force some type of negative play for the Tigers. Wicker takes the snap, cuts back into the inside. He's going to find his way near the end zone, and they're going to mark him just shy. So it's going to be a 1st down for the Tigers, 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Already leading 14-0. Pekin's offense showing no signs of life here to start the second half, and time starts becoming an issue if you allow them to punch this in. Wicker's going to take himself to the left side, cuts, makes a man miss, falls forward, in for the score, touchdown Madrid, and they lead 20-0 with 4:52 to go here in the third quarter. Waiting the point after. Sinclair tractor touchdown for the Tigers, excuse me. And Pekin really starting to run out of time here. 2 drives offensively so far this half have just not netted much for yardage. So matter of just defensively. Accordingly, the extra point hits the upright. It is no good. So the score remains 20-0 with 4:52 to go. In the third quarter, brought to you by Pilot Grove Savings Bank. And maybe the missed extra point is the spark that Pekin needs to get him going. We'll see on the ensuing kickoff. The last one was disastrous. Prior to that, Madrid's pretty much kicked the ball out of bounds every time, or pop-up kickoffs. So trying to keep that out of the hands of Riley Smith and Robert Brown, but we'll see if they adjust the kickoff return formation to try to get them an opportunity to return a kick.
Again, we thank Pilot Grove Savings Bank for sponsoring our third quarter. I don't know if we have enough time to sneak in a commercial or not, so we'll hang on to that for a little bit later. We thank all of our sponsors, including Sigourney Body Shop, Adrian Dickey for Senate, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, Cranston Family Funeral Home, and Federation Bank among our sponsors for tonight's game.
Got Brown and Smith. They're spread out very wide. Brown is all the way to the far side of the field. Nolan Glick back in the middle, even trying to get his hands on the ball. It is a pop-up kick. This time to Smith's going to field it at the 20. Tries to cut and change directions of the field. Now gets up the middle, up to the 35 before he's wrapped up and brought down. But good return for Smith there. Pekin, pretty decent field positions to start this drive to see if they can get something going. It's getting to the point of have to, with 4:46 to go here in the third quarter, trailing by 20. Pekin's got to find a way to get a score here, start shifting this momentum in their way again. Little things like that mixed extra point hitting the field goal post sometimes can shift momentum. We'll see if Pekin can make anything happen there. Brown and Davis to the far side. Adam takes the snap. He's going to pass far side to Brown. Brown makes the catch. Makes first man miss, and then he's brought down at the 45-yard line. Be just shy of a first down, so it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Panthers at the 45-yard line. And on schedule for the Panthers, last drive was run heavy. This one's going to be pass heavy if they stick to that script. They're going to switch the twin receivers to the near side now. Wide side of the field. Adam is going to roll out, looking downfield. Throws a pass to Brown, incomplete. Missed him there.
Adams' pass intended for Brown is incomplete.
Ends up 3rd and 1.
For the Panthers at their own 45.
I want to jump in here and just remind people, if you're just tuning in maybe for the first time tonight, just want to remind you that what you're seeing on your screen, maybe a little bit of a glare or reflection, is because we are behind some glass tonight. So we're getting a little bit of a reflection on your screen.
Here's a 3rd and 1 at the 45. Lincoln's got to pick up this first down. They send Henry Adam in motion. They hand it to him. He's got the first down, and Moore gets to the outside, makes a man miss all the way up to the 40. Still running at the 35 before he's wrestled out of bounds. So they're going to spot him out of bounds at about the 36. So first down for Pekin.
Escorted out of bounds by Jake Sawyer.
So now Pekin needs to stick with this balanced attack.
6-yard line. The 1st and 10.
Talked about it a lot on the throughout the broadcast tonight, but just kind of sticking to one or the other on each drive. 2 passes and 1 run on this one. 1st and 10. Ball's at the 36. There's a fake handoff to Glick. Adam doesn't see anybody. He takes off running to the outside. He goes, and he's pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 4, maybe 5.
Adam on the carry.
Bring up 2nd down.
Out of bounds by Easton Halverson.
2nd down and 6, it looks like.
Gain of 4 on the play. Balls to the 33-yard line.
With the press box in the glass that Steve's talking about. The press box does sit back quite a ways, so it's a long ways over there to that far sideline. As Adam gets set up for the 2nd and 6. 3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Pekin trails 20-0. Adam takes a snap, rolls to the near side. Throws it to a spot pass to Davis, and right through his hands again. Incomplete.
Adams' pass intended for Casey Davis is incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 at the Tiger 33-yard line.
3rd and 6. 3:42 to go, and at this point in this drive, you are in 4-down territory. You've got to find a way to punch this thing in. Davis and Brown to the far side. Short side of the field. Adam takes the snap. Sets up his feet. Looking downfield. Nothing doing. Now he's in trouble. He's just slipped and gets ripped down by Will Atkinson. Lost a ton of yardage there.
Ball is back to.
They're going to spot it all the way back at the 45-yard line. Adam just took way too much time there, and probably should have threw that one away or tried to get the yards that they were giving him by scrambling away. Be 4th down and I think 18. Yep, they spot it down. It's 4th and 18. Pekin's looks like they're gonna send out the punting unit and just punt this thing away now after that loss by Adam. Pekin looks confused. They're just getting set. 8 seconds on the play clock. Decent punt there by Smith that time. Bounces out of bounds at about the 20-yard line, so that's where Madrid will take over. 1st and 10 with 2:50 to go here in the third period. They lead 20-0.
And again, Pilot Grove Savings Bank sponsoring our third quarter during our broadcast here on Steve Shetler Media. Some of our other sponsors include South Ottumwa Savings Bank, Grant Ranch, Copeland Auto Body, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Fairfield Precast Concrete, Sinclair Napa and Sinclair Tractor, Lifetime Dental, Brothers Market, and Sheets Chiropractic.
All right, here Madrid starts this out actually at the 21-yard lines where they're going to spot it. There's a handoff to Halverson up the middle. He goes and ripped down in the backfield by Caden Bender.
He's brought down by Caden
Bender. Cal Miller was back there too, disrupting that.
2nd down and 9 for the Tigers.
To say on the rip down though, he got about a yard on it. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Man in motion. Wicker's going to take it, fake the pitch. He goes up the middle. He's got a decent gain of about 3 or 4. I'll call it 4 or 5. See where they spot it. If you're watching on your screen and you're looking at the down marker, don't watch that guy. He's he's gotten confused a few times on where he's going. He's in the right spot right now. It's 3rd down and 4. Ball's at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers near side, single receiver to the far side. Wicker looks to pass. Now he's going to scramble away. He throws it down the field, throws a flow pass. He's wide open, caught by number 1, and he fumbled it as the ball goes out. No, it's still fumbled. I'm going to say he was down after the completion. That was to Jake Sawyer. 1st down for the Tigers, and Wicker got in trouble there and was as he was coming out, Pekin's defenders took off at him to try to stop him from running, and Sawyer broke out on down the seam or down the sideline. Catch that. It did look like he had fumbled that before he went down. Called him down though. Ball had stayed in bounds. Pekin recovered, but nonetheless doesn't work. Wicker rolls to the side, to the right. He's in trouble, but runs out of it and throws it deep down the field. Incomplete. And if there would be your replay for that'd be an OP, an offensive pass interference, as the receiver out there was shoving the Pekin defender. The ball went way over his head, but no call. 2nd and 10. Minute 5 to go here in the third quarter. And Pekin starting to run out of time in a hurry if they want to get back into this thing. Wicker takes snap, goes to the right side, breaks through the seam up to the 25 before he's wrestled down from behind by Will Adam. He's going to fall forward at about the 26. That's good enough for a 1st down for the Tigers.
Ball is to the 24-yard line. A 1st down and 10, Madrid.
And obviously goes without saying, he absolutely cannot allow a score here. Probably another 10 yards or so, and they're in field goal range. Even added 3 points, which would make it a 4-score game. Snap handoff to the left is going nowhere, but it's going to get the clock rolling. And most likely that'll end our third quarter. We'll see. The clock's going to stop for an injury timeout. It's like a young man is cramping up down there.
Let's go ahead and get in our third quarter sponsor and get a word from Pilot Grove Savings Bank. Pilot Grove Savings Bank is a community bank that serves the banking and investment needs of Southeast Iowa, Northeast Missouri, and Southwest Illinois, including at 125 Main Street in Packwood, Iowa. Call 319-695-5461. They'll be glad to help you with banking, loans, and investment services. Pilot Grove Savings Bank in Packwood, working for Southeast Iowa. We want to be your bank of choice. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Student council and student leadership is really about common ground. It's about helping students work with diverse groups of other students. And if you can find that common ground in what you're working for as far as goals, as far as accomplishments, that the common ground is where the whole group moves forward.
People need to find that common ground in their culture and climate, ensuring that everyone feels included at their school. And a great way to do that is through student council.
Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. All right, we thank Cranston Family Funeral Home for sponsoring our timeouts. We thank Pilot Grove Savings Bank for bringing us the third quarter, which is just about ready to come to an end. Looks like we'll probably get another play in before the quarter ends. 20-0 in favor of Madrid.
Well, they're not going to run another play. There's 5 seconds left on the clock. So they'll let it expire, and we'll head to the fourth quarter. One quick score update before we do, though. Montezuma leads Bedford 25-20 in the fourth quarter.
All right, so that's on our Sinclair Napa area scoreboard. Again, we thank all of our sponsors for making our ball game possible tonight here on Steve Shuttler Media. And let's get to our fourth quarter sponsor. It's another bank that's on board tonight. That is Federation Bank. Federation Bank, partner with the bank that loves rural Iowa. Federation Bank is located at 107 Richland Street in Richland, Iowa. Call 319-456-2265. They can help you with personal checking, personal savings, consumer loans, mortgage loans, and so much more. Federation Bank in Richland. Together, we're strong. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you know you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
All right, so starting the fourth quarter. Madrid with a second down and 10. Ball's at the 24-yard line. Wicker's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to the near side. He's looking to pass now. He stops to pull it up, makes a man miss, reverses field now, slips a little bit, and Pekin's able to corral him down for a loss.
Wicker is sacked.
Henry Adam able to track him down.
Ball is back to the
So third down and long for the Tigers, and once again, probably 4-down territory for the Tigers. So if you're Pekin, if you can force a negative play here, then you could possibly force them to do some type of a pin them deep punt, as they're letting the clock run all the way down, and now Madrid's going to take a timeout. So 11 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, and Madrid's going to take their first time out of the half.
And our timeout's brought to us by Cranston Family Funeral Home. They kind of caught me off guard on this one. Let's hear from Cranston Family Funeral Home right now. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. Cranston Family Funeral Home sponsoring our timeouts. What do we got left? We got 11-12 left in the fourth quarter, which is brought to us by Federation Bank here on Steve Shuttler Media. Going to be tough. I need to change that over to the fourth quarter on the screen. My apologies for that. Josh, I'll let you jump in here.
Yeah, quite the hill to climb, but you got to start out with a stop here on third and very long, and force either a fourth down try or some type of pooch punt or something, but Madrid ran the clock down as low as they could and then took a timeout. We know Pekin's offense can be explosive. Seen it all year long, but 20 points in 11 minutes is a tall task against a defense as good as Madrid has been tonight. They go on 3rd and long. They're going to drop back to pass. It's a little screen to the left side to Bridgewater. He's going to make the catch, and he makes the first man miss. He's going to go down the sideline and free inside the 10, dives for the end zone, and in. Touchdown, Tigers. With 11:01 to go in the game, they now lead 26-0. And that almost can make it impossible. Not impossible, I shouldn't say impossible. That's a blow there on any comeback hopes, but Bridgewater will set up to attempt the point after. Missed the last one. This one is good. So it'll be 27-0. Pekin, 11 minutes left in their season to try to start climbing back into this thing somehow, some way. But offensively so far this half, the third quarter, just not finding a rhythm like they were in the first half. So we'll see if they pull everything out of the bag here on this drive, at least get some points on the board and start from there. I mean, they're going to have to be quick drives if they want a chance at all to hang into this one. But certainly not looking good, down 27-0. But you never know.
Well, Josh, and we've seen explosive drives there by Pekin before. Of course, you saw the Northland minute 12-second drive whenever they got all the way from their 23-yard line down for a touchdown. That was an explosive drive, and we've seen this Pekin offense all year, just like what you said, or all season. So it's possible. Like you said, it's very, we're going to the dark now, and it's kind of hard. But again, we still have hope, and there is luck possibly on our side here too.
All right, he's getting ready for this kickoff. Brown and Smith back deep. Update on the Montezuma score. Bedford leads now 26-25. On the other side of this pod, Lisbon has got business taken care of there. 49-6, I think, last time I looked in the fourth quarter. So all Lisbon in that one. Here's a high kick, and Nolan Glick's going to field it at the 30. It's upfield to about the 37-yard line before he's brought down. That's where Pekin will take over. 10:57 to go in the game, down 27-0.
Ball is on the Pekin 37-yard line. The Panthers will have first down at 10.
Heard a
we haven't
fire
talked
truck horn or something go off.
Again, our fourth quarter is sponsored by Federation Bank. We also, regardless of the outcome, are going to be picking a Daisy Dew Landscaping Player of the Game.
Here is Will Adam. Quick pass out to Robert Brown. Brown makes the catch, trying to make a man miss. He can't do it. Good tackle out there by Kenneth Grimm, it looks like.
He's brought down by Kenneth Grimm.
You think his parents are Hawkeye fans?
Maybe. You never know. We're definitely in cyclone country. It
is a cyclone country.
About 15 minutes away, or 15 minutes or so south of Ames. Short gain, 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Trying to find any sign of life in their offense. Here's a pump fake. Now a deep pass by Will Adam. He's looking for Casey Davis on the sideline, and ball's not. It's overthrown, actually tipped by the defender.
It is knocked away by Torn Severson.
I don't know that. I mean, it would be very odd if the Tigers allow any type of deep pass whatsoever. I think underneath stuff's where you're going to have to get chunk yardage and then try to force your way in. Down on that end of the field. See, safety's playing 15 yards off the ball. Adams just going to keep it, run to his right. He gets some help from a lineman down the right sideline. He goes, he breaks free. No, he's ripped from behind. That should be a horse collar tackle. That is not called. Nonetheless, Will Adam picks up a first down, and he gets out of bounds. He's up to the 20, looks like the 27-yard line is where they're going to spot him. First 10 for Pekin, so Play like that helps. Now you got to find a way to get this into the next play or two and start playing probably the onside kick game. Maybe kick it deep one more time if you can score. Adams take the snap. Has to step up in the pocket, and trouble goes to the right. Now trying to get the corner turn. He's ripped down from behind. This time the flag comes out. It's the same tackle as last time. This time he draws the flag. That'll be a 15-yard penalty from the spot and a first down for the Panthers. Bedford must have gotten a 2-point conversion. It's 28-25. It is going to be a horse collar tackle signaled by the official. They'll march that off. It'll be first and Pekin. 9:57 to go in the game. Pekin trails 27-0.
That was weird, Josh, because I've been hearing it up here too, but that looked like that was the second time. He was over there on the sideline, and it looked like he got over there. That penalty for me should have been called. That's from what I saw anyways, but it didn't, so at least it got called this time because you just can't do that.
Here is Panthers. Ball's up 14, first and 10. Adams going to roll to the near side. Fires out to Davis, who in and out of his hands and intercepted. Now there's still a battle for the ball. Davis is going to come up with it. Now they're going to whistle it incomplete. Casey Davis having a tough night receiving. Another ball goes in and out of his hands. That one nearly disastrous. Just right through his hands. And Davis, best thing he did on that play there was rip the ball right back out of the hands of the defender, and there was a scrum for the ball. Nonetheless, second and 10, 9:40 to go in the game. Pekin's gotten to this area of the field multiple times tonight, just unable to finish the drives off. Of course, it'll be 4-down territory, behind by 27. Now a full start on the Panthers. As Landon Crow went in motion.
That 5-yard penalty moved the ball back to the 19-yard line. Pekin will have second down and 15.
Makes it second and 15. Ball at the 19-yard line for the Panthers. Brown and Davis to the near side. Crow comes in motion, fake handoff to him. Will Adam pump fakes. Now he's going to have to scramble to the right side. Looking, now he just throws it away. Incomplete.
Adams' pass is incomplete.
Wise throw away there by Adam. That'll be third and 15, 9:34 to go. Speaking taking a long time in the huddle here. Still got 15 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time to get this thing off. Really talking it over. Adam stops, throws it deep into the end zone, looking for Smith, and it's over his head, incomplete. Fourth and 15 now. And a timeout's going to be called by Pekin. Talk this over because you're kind of at that point that you can't, at minimum, pick up this first down, which is near goal anyway. But if you can't come away with this drive with a score, then your game's all but nail in the coffin at that point with 9:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a Cranston Family Funeral Home timeout.
Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. Hey, we thank all of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible tonight here on Steve Shetler Media. Just a reminder, coming up tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., we'll be live from Barnwired in Sigourney, a new location for our sports section show. Coach Weber will be joining us, or at least we're planning on having him joining us. We'll have the Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont very successful volleyball team, and then we'll also have Sigourney Athletic Director Lee Crawford on tomorrow's show, which will be hosted by guest host Eddie Conrad. So tune in tomorrow morning for the sports section.
All right, 4th and 15 for the Panthers here. any hope of keeping this game alive, I think they gotta get a pickup here. Adams going to roll to the near side, throws it to the end zone backside. Coming back across the field is Crow, and it's overthrown. Incomplete. Madrid will take over on downs with 9:24 to go in the game. Things are looking pretty grim for Pekin at this point after not being able to pick that up. Still would like to see a quick stop here, and see what goes from there. Of course, I'm sure part of that timeout discussion was if we're on defense that rip the ball out first, tackle second, try to create a turnover of some sort. Wicker takes the snap. He's going to hand it off here up the middle. He's brought and driven back by Henry Adam again. And honestly, if we're talking Daisy Dew landscape player of the game, not a lot of huge stands out by the Pekin Panthers tonight, but Henry Adams been all over the place on the defensive side of the ball, keeping Wicker at bay, forcing him back up the middle, coming up with a lot of big stops. Alton Williams made his presence felt in the backfield, so is Caden Bender, but Henry Adam really been setting things up for the rest of the defenders to get in and make those tackles on Wicker. Has proven tough to bring down. Here's a snap to Wicker. He's going to keep it left side. He goes. Makes the first couple guys miss, falls all the way forward. He's going to fight and get first down yardage. That's a first down for the Tigers. And Sylvester.
I don't know, Josh. A person I've been thinking of for the player of the game is, I know like the defense has really been on it, but downtown Robert Brown, he's been the key, honestly, for what the offense has had. He's been the key. He had a lot of key plays there, that 34-yard reception, that 46-yard pass there, and all in all, I think on the offense, it's pretty much just been a Glick and downtown Robert Brown offense tonight, and I think he'd be a good prospect for that too.
Gosh, I might have to step in here.
Here is a snap and run up the middle, getting the seam to the outside, all the way up to the 50 before he's brought out of bounds. And a flag comes in. Looked like Will Adam had a face mask on. That was Will Atkinson. That's what it looked like from here. Let's see what they call.
Atkinson's run is to the Pekin.
He got to the 47-yard line. Flag is at the 48. It's got to be a face mask. Okay, horse collar. Okay. Well, he certainly.
That additional 15-yard penalty will move the ball to the Pekin 32-yard line.
Maybe I didn't see that right, but it looked like he drug him down by his face mask from right here. Nonetheless, it's same yardage, same penalty. That moves Madrid up to the 33 or 32-yard line, excuse me. 7:50 to go and counting, and Madrid has the play. They're just letting some time burn off the clock here before they go up to the line. So the way this is laying out, there's now Atkinson right up the middle. Gets about 3 before he's brought down by the Panther defense.
Henry Adam. Ball is at the 28-yard line. Pickup.
Barring some quick change in current flow of this game, Madrid's going to move on. Pekin's season on the line here tonight. Lisbon has Bellevue all locked up, 49-6. It's not showing as final yet. Second down and 6 for Wicker and the Tigers. It's going to be an option to the left. They pitch it. It's Halverson. Halverson tries to get outside, and a nice tackle out there by Elijah Brock, just getting a shoestring to keep him away from first down yardage.
Gain of 2 on the play. Balls to the Pekin 27. They'll bring out 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers.
And Montezuma still trails 28-25. It's like about 3 minutes to go in that one. Here is a 3rd and 4. Ball's at the 27-yard line. Wicker cuts inside, now back outside, and he's got the first down on the sideline. Now cuts back in bounds, and he's ripped down. And they waved it or stopped the clock. I can't tell if he got out of bounds or if they're stopping the clock for the first down.
Ball is just inside the Pekin 15-yard line.
This is going to be at the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for Madrid. 5:40 to go here in this one. Wicker hands it off this time to Halverson. He goes nowhere up the middle. 2nd down and 10. Probably, maybe gave him a yard there though. Keeps the clock rolling for the Tigers.
Well, as Kate Bender, gain of 1 on the play, balls to the 14-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers.
And Madrid taking their time with their play calls here, letting every second burn off that they can. Wicker's got Halverson to his left. Wicker's going to keep it, goes up the middle, breaks through the initial defense all the way up near the 5-yard line before he's brought down.
He's brought down by Kate Bender. We have an official timeout on the play.
Now another Tiger cramping up there, so it's going to stop the clock momentarily with 4:38 to go. Injury for the Tigers.
All right, let's hear from Cranston Family Funeral Home. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua.
Good. Good sportsmanship is also showing high character and accountability, doing what is right and setting a good example not only on the court but in the classroom as well.
All righty, you're watching Pekin Panther football here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. 4:38 to go in the 4th quarter. Let's take it back to Josh Clubb on the play-by-play.
There we go. 3rd and 2 with 4:30 or 4:28 to go and counting. 3rd and 2, balls on the 7-yard line. Tigers just eating some clock. Wicker is going to go off to the right tackle, and he's all the way down near the goal line, but they're going to say he's down at the 1. This will be a 1st and goal for the Tigers at the 1-yard line.
That is good for a Tiger first down.
Tigers are going to
first down and goal.
Just run as much of this clock as they can. They'll just stand there and wait. Here comes Wicker. He's got Halverson to his left. Hands it to him. Halverson up the middle and in for the score.
Touchdown Tigers.
Makes it 33-0.
Touchdown run, Easton Halverson.
33-0, waiting the point after. We'll see. Okay. Well, maybe they'd go for 2 and start the continuous clock, but they're just going to try the one for the 1 with 3:38 to go. Kick is up and no good.
Bridgewater's kick is
Score remains 33-0 with 38 to go in the game here in the 4th quarter.
And we do thank Federation Bank for being our fourth quarter sponsor. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors for making our broadcast possible, not only tonight, but throughout the season here on Steve Shetler Media. This has been our initial first ever football season here on Steve Shetler Media, and we're proud to have broadcast the Pekin Panthers this year. In fact, we're going to be covering our coverage. Covering our coverage. We're going to be taking our coverage along with Pekin for the basketball season as well coming up, which will be starting in December. So we'll have about a month of downtime between sports here. But, yeah, Pekin, nothing to be ashamed of this season. They've had a great season under Coach Weber. And hopefully we'll be back in 2025, the fall of 2025, with more Pekin football.
Got Robert Brown and Smith back deep to receive. And it's a pop-up kick caught by Casey Davis. He actually took a fair catch. Jeez, stumbled through that one. Called for a fair catch on that. So it would be the 34-yard line for the Panthers. 3:30 to go in the game. And it looks like Montezuma is still trailing by 3 late in the fourth quarter. They do, if I'm reading that right, have the ball on a drive, which could be a potential game winner. So keep our eye on that one as Will Adams back out there. Brown and Davis to the far side. In motion is Glick. They hand it off to him. To the right side he goes. And he's tackled after a gain of about 7.
He's brought down by Preston Wicker. Ball is at the 42-yard line. It is a gain of 8. Bring up second down and 2 for the Panthers.
Davis and Brown to the near side. Will's going to drop back to pass. Throws the right side to Henry Adam. He runs into a defender. Powers his way through him all the way up to midfield before he's pulled out of bounds. Stop the clock. And put it out actually at the 49. 1st and 10 for Pekin.
That is good for the
2:58 to go.
ball is at the Pekin 49-yard line when the Panthers will have 1st and 10.
Clock stopped, but in between those plays there after that run, Pekin did show a little bit of tempo, not giving up, and play to the end. Snap to Adam, fires it near side to Brown. Brown runs up to the 40-yard line before he's brought down. Stop the clock while they move the chains and see how quickly Pekin moves now. This clock will start as soon as they spot the ball. Henry Adams jogging off the field. 2:45 to go. Brown Davis to the far side, near side. Riley Smith. Nathan Crow came in for Henry Adam. Will is going to roll to the right. Throws it deep down the field. He's looking for Robert Brown. Brown catches it, but he goes out of bounds. Incomplete.
Adams' pass is incomplete, out of bounds to Robert Brown. That'll bring up
Second and 10 now for the Panthers. Trying to get the 0 off the scoreboard at minimum. Ball's at the 40-yard line of the Tigers. Adams got Glick to his left. Direct snap to Glick, but he loses the ball. He just jumps on it. And I think they were honestly going to run that same play where direct snap to Glick, and he was going to stop and pull up because Casey Davis was screaming down the sideline all alone, but Glick unable to handle the snap, and that brings up 3rd and 13 for the Panthers with just inside 2 minutes to go in the game. Davison Brown to the far side, Smith to the near side. Another low snap, and immediately in trouble is Will Adam, and he just throws it away. Incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Pass intended for Casey Davis is incomplete. That will result in a 4th down and 14 for the Panthers.
So it'll be 4th and 14. They don't pick this up. I'd assume the Tigers will just kneel on it. So 14 yards to keep playing if you're Pekin.
Again, we thank Federation Bank for sponsoring our 4th quarter.
Well, Adam dropped the snap and just throws it up in the air. Intercepted by number 3. He's going down the sideline. He's got a lot of green grass in front of him, and he's pushed out of bounds finally by Cal Miller. So Adam's just throwing it deep, and he's actually shaking up on the field. He's still down out there, and hate to see that, just getting rid of it before he got sacked, and ball's picked off. Most likely, minute 30 to go. Probably see the Tigers take a couple of knees here and finish this thing off, but just hopefully Will is okay down there.
Let's go to our timeout sponsor, Cranston Family Funeral Home. Cranston Family Funeral Home, serving our community, providing funeral service, monument sales, pre-planning, and our own on-site crematory, with locations in Fairfield and Keosauqua. All right, Cranston Family Funeral Home, our timeout sponsor. Federation Bank, our 4th quarter sponsor. Looks like our player is up on his feet and doing all right.
Yeah, Will Adam jumps up walk under his own power. He's going to have to. He has to come out of the game unless Pekin takes a timeout. Don't know that it matters who's out there because I'm sure they're just going to take a knee. But, well, let's talk Daisy Dew Landscape Player of the Game.
You guys are going to have to we talked about this at the very beginning of the season. It might come down to a thumb wrestling match.
Yeah.
I'll lose.
Here's a snap and a kneel down by Wicker.
We'll give Daisy Dew Landscaping some screen time here.
Yeah, as we discuss it. But I'll let Zach take it and run with it. It'll be his decision to live with for the rest of the offseason. Between now and next August, Zach, who is your final Daisy Dew Landscape Player of the Game for the year?
You know, he hasn't gone before.
I'll just remind you, next August, all these people will be looking at you.
I'm gonna tell you. I still think it is downtown Robert Brown. He's had a phenomenal season. He hasn't gotten it yet. In tonight's game, he has been the key to this offense here. The run game wasn't really quite it there, and Robert Brown, every single time, he was quick, he was fast, he had really good hands, and the only times that he really, it didn't really go in favor for him was when he got, pushed out of bounds or he caught it out of bounds. I still got to stick with downtown Robert Brown.
And there you have it.
Hey, okay. August is a long time. Here's a final kneel down by Wicker, and the Madrid Tigers will move on to the quarterfinals. They will take on Lisbon, the Lisbon Lions, over in Lisbon next Friday night. That'll be quite the matchup. Certainly going to have to find a way to listen in on that thing. And one more quick update, though. Brighter side, Montezuma able to score. They lead 32-28. I don't know how much time's left in that one, but I know it's near the end of the 4th quarter, so it looks like Montezuma's getting ready to kick off. So able to retake the lead. But, yeah, I mean, Zach, I think you got to get going to go get your
I do.
stuff.
Take that with you.
But yeah, Pekin season. Steve mentioned it as a great team to watch throughout the year this year. A lot of good moments. Just every season's got to come to an end. And these seniors, it'll be a tough night and tough weekend for them. But they got. I'm sure they all are multi-sport athletes. They'll move on to the next thing and go from there. But very fun team to watch. Coaching staff, very good. Has a good team put together. Just wasn't their game tonight. They started out this game with defensive holds. I mean, they gave up a big play right out of the gate, down 7-0, but just shut down their offense all the way to the end of the second half. Just shut them down and offensively moved the ball, got inside the 30 and just stalled out every time, and that just kind of set the table for the second half and just kind of flat in the second half, not much working, and that's how it ends it. But are we going to stay on the air as they're doing the State of Iowa awards here? They'll hand out the banners.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
You got, and to put it into perspective, you got to take this from over a 4-year journey for Pekin. They were winless when Coach Weber took over 4 years ago, and now they make it into the second round of the playoffs. So, I mean, the future is looking very, very bright for Pekin. They're getting back. They were always a really phenomenal football team years ago.
Yeah.
And they kind of had a down stretch there for a few years, for a little while. But now Coach Weber coming in, turning things around, and the program definitely back on track.
Yeah, and he mentioned that after one of our post games. I think it was the last time we were at Pekin, the last home game. These seniors were freshmen when he took the reins over here at Pekin. So heavy heart for Coach Weber as well tonight. His first ever team that got all 4 years under his direction, and they're looking great. And as we've seen the underclassmen come in throughout the season too, there's a lot to look forward to for the Panthers as they announce they present the awards to the two teams here tonight. Well, they don't present anything to Madrid. They just announce that they're moving on to the quarterfinals.
And just a reminder, coming up this weekend, Pekin fans, we do have Clint Dye from Tag Team Photography. He's been on the sidelines all game long. Clint will be putting up a full photo dump, for lack of better words, of the game tonight. Clint does a fantastic job with pictures and photographs, so look for that. We'll get some video highlights. I know it's been a rough game. We'll hopefully get some highlights put together and an article as well on the game that'll come out probably late this weekend or maybe on Monday. So we thank Clint Dye from Tag Team Photography for making the trip to Madrid tonight, along with us for our coverage of Pekin Panther football here on Steve Shetler Media. That does it?
I think that does it.
All right. Against our Daisy Dew Landscaping Player of the Game, Robert Brown, we thank all of our sponsors. We got the time. Might as well run down all of our sponsors again. Sigourney Body Shop, Adrian Dickey for Senate, Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, Fremont Funeral Chapel, Pilot Grove Savings Bank, Federation Bank, Cranston Family Funeral Home, South Ottumwa Savings Bank, Grant Ranch, Copeland Auto Body, Gobbler Creek Seeds, Fairfield Precast Concrete, Sinclair Napa and Sinclair Tractor, Lifetime Dental, Brothers Market, Sheets Chiropractic, Shetler Insurance Services, Son-in-Law Services, Barn Wired, Oski Dental, Bridget's Public House, and Helmuth Ford. That'll wrap it up for Pekin Panther football coverage this year here on Steve Shetler Media. And as we mentioned earlier, two things to look forward to. Tomorrow morning, we'll have the sports section live from Barn Wired in Sigourney. We'll have Coach Weber from the Pekin Panthers on first to start off the show tomorrow morning. And then Josh Clubb and I will have Pekin Panther basketball coverage starting in December. So something to look forward to there. All right, that'll do it for our football coverage this year. Thanks for tuning in all season long, and we'll see you during basketball season.